see if I can see comments. Oh, my dog thinks someone's here because she hears me talking. Hi, Minky. Hi, everybody. I'm a couple minutes early. I just want to make sure everything's good. So it's been quite a day. It has been, hello. Hang on. Alexa, off. I forgot I had my Alexa on. She was playing my favorite Max Richter music. If any of you are familiar with Max Richter, he's a composer and I love his music and it was calming me. So while people are jumping on, it's launch day and I feel like I might have woken up and been excited, but my dog has been really sick. I'm just gonna throw it out there. So I have towels all over the floor because I've been spraying and cleaning up after her, bless her heart. And I'm not sure what's wrong, but hopefully she gets to go see the vet tomorrow. But I think her nerves caused my nerves, and I'm running around the house trying to clean up after her. And then, of course, at the same time, checking Amazon because I know that some people, of course, my friends and family, were already trying to buy the book. And because of the way Amazon KDP, they call it Kindle Direct Publishing, but KDP for short. I'll just explain this real quickly. And I'm new to it, so I don't know. But when I first launched the book, it was a couple of weeks ago, but I think I had mentioned to you guys I wasn't happy with the cover, so I wanted to change it. But it already has an ISBN number. So unfortunately, Amazon won't let me delete it. So the best way if you want to order it on Amazon is to just, instead of putting in my name, put in Built for Connection. And the book with the yellow, it will say Built for Connection. Connection will be in yellow and it will be available for purchase. The other one is not, and it's just because I'm just getting used to this. I told you guys it was a wing and a prayer. I didn't know what I was doing. I was trying to figure it out. So anyway, that's the little bit of a hiccup right there. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. And then also, my friend Bev picked up this book. Hi, Bev. And she did notice a spelling error. It's tiny, but I appreciate that she found it. And so I corrected that, and so it should be fine. But I really appreciate that because, you know, I thought I triple, quadruple checked that. So I appreciate that she saw that. So that's awesome. So anyway, so I just didn't know what to expect when I woke up this morning and about how I would feel. Because I think I want to explain the purpose a little bit behind the book and if you have questions about it. But this would be basically me putting a class together and putting it in a book. It's like if you were to hire me to do one-on-one coaching for your business, for your brand, if we were to do it by Zoom or by phone call or anything like that, everything that I would teach you is in here. So it's not going to be the price of a regular everyday business book. My business book is coming. Thank you so much, you guys. I want to look at your comments, but I'm trying to talk through some nerves right now. I know you don't know me for being nervous, but I have to tell you, when I'm attached to something, when something is mine, it's a whole different story. I've only ever sold products for other people. So I feel odd to sell something that's my own, but at the same time, I am proud of it. I did put a lot of work into it. So please forgive me if I'm talking too fast. I'll try to just warm up. So I even forgot where I was. So anyway, it's basically, so the reason why it's a little bit more expensive, but I do have some good news. And for anyone who bought the book, I'm just going to let you know, this just happened. I literally just got the email from, I will tell you at what time, 5:53 from the amazing duo, Andy and Virginia, who have been helping me create what they call landing page. And at 5:53, this came in. So here's the big announcement. Are you ready for the big announcement? I have 100 limited copies that are free. Free. All you have to do is pay shipping for $9.95. So if you click the sign up button, it should take you, or if you just put in builtforconnection.com, please somebody let me know if it works. But this will be a retail $40 value, or even some of these. I bought one that I have to say, I bought because I was trying to check the competitive landscape. I bought one for $59.99. I got 20% off, so it came to $47, and it didn't even have a tenth of the information I have in here. So even at $40, it's a bargain, and I'm just telling you, if you're building a brand, you know what I mean. It's basically having a business strategy. So the regular price will be $40 on Amazon. If you prefer to shop through Amazon, it's $29.99 right now. But for a limited time, 100 copies are free. You just pay for shipping and handling. So you can click that button. Oh, I'm like winded. Let me take a little sip. And no, Dan, this is just by the Bubbles, the black cherry. Okay. So there's glitches that happen with businesses, right? So I encountered glitches today. I had a sick dog. It was Sydney. She got groomed yesterday, and I don't know if it was all the nerves, and maybe she just had a sick tummy today because I was giving her bone broth, and I make them special meals, but she was sick. So I was trying to juggle that. I knew I hadn't been on, and then I knew I had a couple of system errors, but it should be working okay. So thank you guys so much. So the whole idea behind this book is for anyone who is trying to build their own business, build a brand, and you're wondering why you're not connecting with customers, and you're wondering why your message isn't resonating. That's exactly what this book does. I know you go through, and here's the reason why I created a guidebook. The reason I created a guidebook is actually, this came before the business book, which should be out by the end of August, and that's the one that I had the phone call on Monday about, which was very promising and exciting. It's from a publishing house that I've wanted to partner with for years, and it was a 50-minute video call, and it went great, so I'm very excited. Hi, Randy! Hi, Nicole! Hi, Randy! So I would have ideally had the business book come out first. And that's a book that you can sit down and read, and I have some QVC stories in there. And it basically shares my strategies for how I grew into a good salesperson. Like, it took years. And you all know this. You watch QVC and you see some hosts stumble and falter and fall. And we made mistakes along the way. And that's why you have like 4 years at the time in overnights. And hi, Kevin. Kevin's the supermodel that you see in all the pictures. And I just changed my Facebook cover. So that's Kevin. Everybody say hi. He was so amazing. So anyway, my point is this. So I knew I wanted to write a business book, but I don't know about you. I read a lot, and I do like to get advice from people, and I read books. But then I have this tendency, and a lot of times I read them on Kindle, so I'm not writing notes. So I'll read a business book on Kindle, and I'll hear a lot of good ideas, but then I don't execute them. This is for you to execute your plan. This is a book that you give your team. You execute your plan. You have a vision. This is like your brand building Bible. This is everything that you could possibly, I purposely upgraded to color because I thought it was more dynamic. And it's for you to write down everything about your brand, solid, clear, confident, concise. Because what happens with a lot of brands and why they start to have like a downturn and start to lose customers is because the message gets muddied and it gets diluted, and they lose their purpose and they lose their sense of being. This is what you always go back to. This is what you hand a new employee. Maybe it's already filled out, or maybe you have them fill it out. And you use this as your business building strategy, whether it's for your business and you're offering a coaching service like I do. It could be a product, or it could even be a personal brand. Just yesterday, I got an email from my friend, hey, Shamita, Bruce, and he is a client that I had in Texas, and he's actually a personal trainer, and he does yoga lattes, and he does all these different things. And my clients still keep in touch with me. They'll send me packaging and ask me what I think. Is the font good? Is it big enough? How does this sound? Bruce asked me, what category should I put myself under? I love that. That I want my clients to feel that they can reach out to me and ask me those questions, and I'm not going to charge them and nickel and dime them the whole way. But I put this together so that you could have a roadmap to finding your ideal customer, creating that customer profile, figuring it out. Because I'm sure that a lot of you will agree. I feel like I'm talking like nonstop. I'm sorry. I'm just nervous. I'm nervous. But I think anything in life, when you are clear with what you want, doesn't it make life easier? So the same thing for business. If you're clear on what you want and what you want to achieve and what you want to offer and who you want to offer to and what you want to say, it makes life easier. But it doesn't happen when you have random Post-it notes on the refrigerator or on your phone or in a notebook. It doesn't happen that way. This is for you to be organized. Organize your thoughts, organize your business, and make it strong and solid. Thank you, guys. Oh, okay. So as a reminder, has anyone tried the sign up button? Thank you, Angela. Hi, MJ. My friends are awesome. I sent them the craziest. I sent a group text to like 10 of my friends today. I couldn't help myself. I pressed send. It was too late. I was at 12 people. And I basically was like, I know you guys don't know me as being shy or nervous, but today I'm shy and nervous. So if you don't mind showing up on my Facebook just to keep me going. And they're here. And so are you. So thank you so much. So does anybody have any questions about this? I guess I should ask. I've had a nervous eye twitch all day. I don't know. Poor Sydney, she's walking around. I think she's feeling better. Thank you, Laura. Now, I'm wondering, though, it should take you to a place, if somebody could let me know, because this just came in, so it came in at 5:53, so I wanted to be sure. There's a place where you can buy, it has a picture like this. If that shows up, you can get this for $9.95. All you do is pay the shipping, but only for 100 copies. So anyway, what I have developed is basically, it's called Discover, Narrate, and Attract, and that's why I changed my Facebook cover. The whole idea, thank you so much, Sarah, is you need to discover who you are. You need to discover your mission and your values and your purpose and your promise and what makes you different from everybody else in your landscape. And then that gives you the determination. You determine those values. You determine the guidelines. And once you get solid, and I know that some of you say, well, it's just to make money. Okay, but there's a deeper meaning to that because we all want to make money, right? And there's nothing wrong with putting that as your reason, but you also are serving a purpose. So you need to figure that out. And then the narrate piece, so this is called Brand DNA, and it's something that I created. And that's about your brand message and your brand story, but it's also about your customer story. And then attract is where you identify your target audience. So it's called Brand DNA, and it's a 3-step process. So I hope that you find that it's worth it. And I think at the end of the day, one of the biggest things when it comes to Built for Connection for me is more than just selling stuff, because I never wanted to be a salesperson. I always associated a salesperson with like yucky, like ooh, like a snake oil person. Like I don't want to be a salesperson. And I still don't even consider myself that. I think this is the one time where I feel a little bit freaked out about it because it's my book. But it's more about connecting, because you can't have success in life in any area, in love, in family, in relationships, socially, even if it's online, unless you connect. It's impossible. And we're social creatures. And I think that so it's built in our DNA, which is why I came up with Brand DNA. And it's one of those things that the better you are at learning how to connect with your customers and your ideal audience, the stronger your brand will be. I think that so many people have this idea that they should sell to everyone. They shouldn't leave anyone out. But, I'm going to have to figure that out. Laura, thank you for saying that. I'm going to have to figure that out. But anyway, so you feel like you have to appeal to everyone. Well, even now on my Facebook page, I know there's tons of people that are going to stop following me. And then there's going to be hopefully more that do follow me, because now I'm getting very, very clear with my message. And I'm appealing to business owners, innovators, entrepreneurs, personal influencers, anyone creating a business or wants a business makeover. That's what I'm here for. And you have to be okay with that. And the reason you should be okay with it is because you want to be able to attract the people that you want to your brand. That's why I say attract your ideal customer. So not everyone is going to be my ideal customer. The same for you, and that's okay. You don't want to waste your marketing spend on those people. You want to focus your marketing spend on the right people. There's even a part I'll show you because it kind of blew my mind. Some statistics that I plucked out of this that are very, very interesting is that 80% of your revenue comes from 20% of your customer base. So you're looking for repeat customers, and it could seem like it's a small audience, but who cares? You have to cater to those people, be good to those people, highlight those people, thank those people, acknowledge them, and by word of mouth, that will help your brand grow. But it's when you're trying to find audiences in all these different areas. Like for me, I'm not going to say that my target market starts at 18. It doesn't start at 18 years old. I think that my target audience starts in their mid to late 30s. There are people who, whether they have life experience or schooling experience, or they've already been through a couple different jobs and they're trying to figure out, because I truly don't believe you could be in your late 30s, early 40s before you find your dream job. I think it takes time. And so I would say that my audience is mid to late 30s and beyond. And I never like to put a cap on that. My dad is 71 and he's still working. One of my closest friends in Texas is 80 and she's still working. She's the vice president of a cosmetic lab that I go to, and her name is Jackie. And so I think that it's just important to understand that reinventing yourself is perfectly fine. We've had to do that during this situation. And I think that brands need a refresh. And in the back, I actually put a brand assessment so that you can assess your brand, and you should be doing this bi-monthly. You should pull back, take a look at your content, take a look at your messaging, take a look at the emails that are going out, check your competitive analysis. There's that built in here. And it talks about and I have a brand evaluation that's built in. And some of these things, they might be those thoughts in your mind, right? And like I said, the reason why I thought a guidebook was good because you have it all here and it's in one spot. I feel like my face is freezing up because I'm so nervous right now. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm sweating too. But the whole point is to really I want to instill confidence. That's what I want to do. I want you to be, it means nothing to me what your business is, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean, you could be selling farts in a jar. I'm just saying. I mean, I've sold a pooping moose on TV before. I've sold this fold-out corrugated cardboard to support a couch before. I've sold lots of things before. I'm not going to be opinionated on that. I'm not going to be judgmental. I just want you to have confidence in who you are and who your audience is. That's where this comes from. So thank you, Randy. I feel I don't know. Thank you, Randy. So that's why I created this book. Now, the Built for Connection business book is going through a phase 1 editing. That will be around 300 pages, so that's a book you read. This is going to be great to complement. And I did have a call on Monday. Like I said, that went really well. I'm going to check that link for a second because now I'm like all nervous about it. Hang on. I'm not sure why it wouldn't be working, but it went really well. And even though I've managed to do this in the journal on my own, the reason why I wanted to reach out to a publishing house is because I believe that people in life, I don't care if you're LeBron James, I don't care if you're Tom Brady, okay? They thrive because they have a coach. They didn't just get to a certain level in their career and just say and fire their coach. That never happens. That's not going to happen. So I feel like I still need a mentor. And so for me, reaching out to a publishing house is having somebody be a mentor to me, to tell me, how is this done? Am I doing it the right way? Am I asking the right questions? Am I plugging into the right outlets? So I think it's so important. And I think that businesses truly should always have somebody that's a consultant and that comes into their business every now and then to just take a look at it. Like even Bev looking at this and she saw a spelling error. I was like, oh my gosh. At first I was mortified, but then I was like, it happens. Listen, it happens. But as long as you're open to feedback and you're open to growing and strengthening your business, what could be better than that? Honestly. And I would want Bill Belichick as my coach. That's what I'm saying. So that was what that was about. And actually, during that phone call, the woman asked me, she said, are you open to feedback? And I said, absolutely, because you're the expert at what you do. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert at editing. Clearly, I'm not. Or writing a book. Or I'm not an expert. I tried it. I worked hard to try to figure it out. But I'm sure that they will find some things that I could have done better. And that's okay. Because I know I'm an expert at branding and at selling and at connecting. So I'll look elsewhere to get the expertise where they know what they're doing. And I think that that's really important. And sometimes I've met with brands that can be kind of stubborn. I'll give you an example. When it comes to a brand naming a product or even the brand name, there's been a couple of tongue twisters with brands that I've worked with. And I just thought, what does that mean? I don't know what the name of this means. And I don't want to call anybody out. I would never do that. And I have confidentiality agreements. But I'm just saying that there's lots of times when even something like a name of a brand, if you can't get past it as a customer, you're probably not going to shop with them. And sometimes a brand owner who is so passionate and it comes from a place that they took a trip to somewhere exotic and it was the name of a street or a wine. And I get that it means something to you personally, but if it doesn't resonate with your audience, it doesn't resonate with your audience. And you have to be smart about it. I never like to make a personal attack. I would never do that, but it's always about suggesting that you try something different. When you think about the biggest brands in the world, they're Amazon, they're Google, they're Coke, they're Apple. They're one-syllable words. Most of them. Think about Spanx, one-syllable words. So it even comes down to things like brand color, Target. You know, I was talking about that with you guys the other day. Iconic. Those are some of the most iconic brands worldwide, and they're one syllable, and they have 2 to 3 main colors and very striking logos. That's what I help teach you. It should, Karen, asking in the service business, because it's about knowing who you are. And I said that this should appeal to a personal brand too, because even when you're working for someone, you are still your own brand. So there was a gentleman that we reconnected with yesterday. I was a speaker at one of his events in December. He runs a cosmetic lab, and I love his team, but they're all in different areas of sales across the country. Well, they have to connect with customers all day long and reach out to them. They're their own brand. How did they choose to sell? What words do they use to connect with their customers? How do they find their customers? Do they follow up with them? So it's important that even as a personal brand, you're really clear on who you are. And it will be helpful to you, because this is just about getting that clarity and carving that path so that you know exactly who you're trying to target and what you're going to say. I feel like maybe this link button, I'm not sure, maybe it's not working, which would be sad because I have 100 copies of the book. Hang on one second, I'm going to just check. And $9.95 shipping, which that will likely never happen again. We tried to do it at the 11th hour, like I said. Let me see if this comes up. Sorry, guys, I'm distracted. Anyway, do you have any questions? Hi, everybody. I feel like it might not be working. Let me see if I can put it in there. It should just be, let me see if I can do this, because I definitely want you to get it at this price. Thank you, Terry. Oh, good. Karen, that's awesome. Whew. All right, let me see. Like even doing the press release that I did the other day. I've never done that before. I didn't know what to expect, but it was kind of cool. All these things, it's okay to learn, and it's okay to know going into it that you might make mistakes. And I feel like that's important to know, and be okay with, you know. And sometimes that can be really hard because, let me see if this works. Hi, Alyssa. You guys, I don't know if you're going to still see me. You can tell me if you're not. I'm just going to check this button real quick. Let me see. Because it was supposed to take you to... Okay, yeah. So the button should be okay now, you guys. So if you want to get the book for $9.95, 100 copies, and then not tonight because I was too stressed out with my sick dog, but I will definitely be giving away the author copies that I have here. But I just couldn't get it together today. I was cleaning up the floor, watching Sydney, making sure she was okay, calling the vet. Hopefully she can go in tomorrow. And that's business too. Sometimes you have things that happen, right? Especially when you're working from home, the distractions. So I think like with this, it's definitely about filling everything out and diving deep. And there's even templates for you to write your brand mission statement. And I gave about 3 different versions so that you could choose the way you would word your mission statement. A lot of times when I'm in a training session with a group of people, I'll say, picture your dream office building. You know, think about how many people, your business is so big, how many people do you have on your staff? Picture the colors in that office building, right? It's your dream office building. It's got this gorgeous view. It's very open. It has lots of windows. But on the walls, what would you have stenciled on the walls of that office building to really define who you are as a brand? And that's why I said, even for all of you, you know, when you think about 3 words that would define you, how helpful that can be to pull your mind out of a negative thought pattern. Today I started to feel really down about certain things when I was getting ready. And it's like it kind of pulls your mind out of that negative thought pattern when you start to think, reel yourself back in and ground yourself to those 3 words. But as a business, it's really important because you want to live by those words. And that's why I mentioned the brands that I did. I even have some of these in the back. I'll show you here. Oh, I also have a brand design board so that you can post your pictures and your colors. A social media content check-in. So it's divided up pretty good. And then I share some of my favorite resources. Hi. And then here. So like even Amazon, Nordstrom, I have Target, Starbucks, Nike. And the reason why they have such success is because they have purpose, they're innovative, they're memorable, they're consistent, they create an experience. And that's what draws people in. So, let me see. Oh, good, Laura. Thank you so much. Thank you. So the button works. The sign up button works. Yay. Oh, good. All right. I need to take a breath. So then what I'm doing now is because the new cover is available on Amazon. Today I was trying to figure out, well, how do I promote it? How do I change the price? There's all sorts of things that you have to do. But if anybody ever does KDP, direct, Kindle publishing, let me know your experience. I feel like my face is freezing up because I'm so nervous right now. I don't know why. Social media is tough, I know, because it doesn't come natural to me. But Alyssa, what I will tell you is this. I hired an assistant, and she's very, very helpful because one of the things that I learned when I went to a Be Your Brand Academy in March is the work that you don't like to do, the work that you don't feel like you excel at, hire it out. And you can do it very reasonably. But when it's that important, like getting your business out, sometimes you do have to spend that investment. She actually puts things in a calendar so that we can plan and schedule when things post. Thank you. Thank you, Dottie. But I'm very challenged by that. I don't feel fully engaged with Instagram and Twitter and LinkedIn, and it feels like work, and it's not the fun part. The fun part for me is working with customers. The fun part for me is helping the brands grow. So, and I mean, obviously right now I'm still in the very beginning stage, so it's not like I'm making money. And it's very hard, but at the same time, I know to grow my business, this is what I need to do. I need an expert in this area that can help me navigate those channels, and then hopefully soon we'll have this well-oiled machine where I finally know how to plug in the posts, do the newsletters, and figure it out. It's a lot. It can be very overwhelming. But I do think it's important, and I think it's okay to admit that you don't, it was hard for me to hire somebody because I was like, well, I could save money, I could figure it out. But the time wasted, the time that it would take me to figure it out, and I would be unhappy doing it, is worth the price per hour of hiring someone. It really is. And I think that if you go to a place like Upwork or freelancer.com, I'm trying to think of the other one. There were a couple. And again, I just learned this, is you can hire somebody fairly reasonably, do a Zoom call, meet them kind of face-to-face that way, tell them what your needs are, and then you put a cap on how many hours you want them to work per week or what you want their rate to be, and they can help you out. But for me, that was tough because I'm just one of those people that's like, I still want to do it all on my own. But I like the landing page. I tried so many times to do this, and it didn't work. I didn't know how to do it. So I hired somebody, and she did a great job. And look, she did all of this today. She put it all well, I mean, she was working on it, but I love what she did. And we just worked together. We texted, we emailed. She called me today because I sent her a text saying I was feeling so nervous and distracted. She just calmed my nerves. And the sign up is at the top, Kathleen. And so she helped me, and I just thought, and even with the press release, that was information that I got from Be Your Brand Academy. They said you should get a press release out, and it goes to all these journalists, and they promote it, and that's what I did, and it was really exciting. So yes, I've spent money, but I think it's important to know, especially when you have confidence in your brand and confidence in your product, that you'll get it back. It's really important to know that. And giving things like when you can, like free downloads and freebies, all of this stuff, you guys, I didn't know. I'm learning it too, just like you. And so I don't go into great detail about social media in this book, I will tell you that. But to me, the main thing is you have to connect with your messaging. Because if you put out the wrong content on social and maybe you didn't intend to, it'll turn people off. The last thing you want is a negative impression. Negative impressions really stick with people almost more than a positive impression. So to me, this is the most important part, is getting the foundation right. And when you know what your messaging is going to be, then you can take it to your social channels and use it cohesively across all your collateral, if that makes sense. But I don't get into algorithms. I don't get into analytics. I have resources in the back that I use. I love Neil Patel. I love HubSpot. I use that quite a bit. I love, his name is Justin. He's on YouTube. He helps me with all the technical stuff. And I find people that are experts, but I'm not going to tell you guys that I'm an expert in that because I am not. Mine is about content messaging, connecting your message to your ideal audience, and you have to first start by knowing who you are. No sign up. Sign up should be at the top underneath the, let me look. I hope it's there. It should be right underneath the banner. It says sign up. Hopefully it's there. I don't know. Something could have gone wrong. like it has today, because what I didn't tell you was I stepped in one of Sydney's messes that she left today. I stepped in one barefoot, so that set me off. Oh yeah, on my Facebook page in the upper right-hand corner. Thank you, Laura, so much. So, okay, you guys, I feel like I've taken up so much of your time. Wait, let me see if I can show you. I wanted to share with you one other piece. Hang on. Oh, this one I created. This is painting the picture of your customer. Tell the story for them. What does life look like before your product and service, and what does life look like after? The more vivid you can be and the more descriptive you can be about this, do you realize how much tighter and more impactful your message will be? It's amazing when you start to tell the story. I had so much fun with this one. It was a sister duo that's creating a skincare line. And they were describing I was having them go through one of the worksheets, which my sessions usually last about 2 hours. And typically we run over because it could last a half a day. I've done half-day sessions, 2-hour sessions, full-day sessions of coaching. I expect that when I do my online courses, it will be an 8-week course. But we started to give their brand a personality and a face. And they gave me descriptions. They were like, she's like a Reese Witherspoon, but... and then she had all these qualities and characteristics. And I was like, well, that's perfect. How would you talk to Reese Witherspoon about your skincare? She's clearly tried everything and she's got amazing skin. And so why should she choose yours? And it just is so helpful to know who it is you're talking to. So no matter what industry you're in, even if you're a B2B supplier, behind every business is a person. Behind every business. So even if you're a B2B supplier and you have to deal with somebody who's taking the inventory or distribution, there's a person behind it. The way that you can build good business relationships is through how you connect with people. And it's so important. So anyway, so I feel like it will be helpful in I can't really think of an industry it wouldn't be helpful to get really clear on who you are as a brand and who you want to serve. But I just think it's really important. And so for me, knowing where my strengths are and then also knowing where, listen, this is a weak point for me. You're not going to get this, but there's other people who are experts, and the same thing with me and my business. So. Thank you guys so much. So it's on Amazon. And the one thing that I will say, like I mentioned before, if you put in Built for Connection instead of my name, it should come up. Hang on. And that's what it looks like. And it's like an 8x11 so that you can open it up and just fill it all out. Write everything, make copies. You can put it right on the copy machine, make copies, and just use it in a way so that you have your entire team aligned. Thank you, Kathleen. Hi, Wendy. All right, so I'm about to wrap up because I just feel so overwhelmed. I don't even know if I did this well or right. I don't know. I know that sounds weird, and I don't mean it to have you respond. I'm using my Clorox wipes everywhere in this house. But it's just because, like I said, I have never sold something that was my own to people before. So it sounds really odd to come out of my mouth. I'll be giving you updates on the business book. I wipe my computer screen. That should be coming. Hopefully, we're hoping for the end of August. And I hope that happens. No, okay, so Kathleen, there's 2 versions you might have missed. So it's the one with the yellow. Whoops. Oh, God, it just shifted. Kathleen's saying Amazon says it's out of print. That's this one. If you scroll a little more, it's the yellow. And this happened. Again, this is something I learned, is I launched the book. I didn't like the cover. And so I unpublished it. But because Amazon's assigned an ISBN number, they won't let me delete it. So hopefully that helps anybody out there who's writing a book. Just keep doing save draft and don't publish it until you're 100% ready. So it is with the yellow connection word, the word in yellow, and it should be there. You can put in my name or Built for Connection, but there's just that one, and it does say out of print, and I'm so sorry for that. I tried everything today. I even tried to call to beg that they take it down to not confuse people, because I do know what it's like to feel frustrated. So I do, and I didn't want that to be the case. So let me see if I put that in again. Yeah, you can put in Built for Connection or my name, and you just have to scroll, and there is one that is live. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Alyssa. All right, so if you want to sign up, that's awesome, and send me some DMs. I'm hopefully going to spend tomorrow kind of going through that. I'm going to take notes on the things that I learned through this and the things not to do and figure it out. Thank you, Kathleen. But I appreciate you being here so much for my launch day. And when you do get it, if you have feedback, let me know. But one of the biggest things that can happen, and I'm going to ask you this because, again, I have to, and I would condone it for clients. I would love if you left a review on Amazon because that's so helpful, as you know, but that would be amazing. Thank you, guys. Have a good night. Bye.